Hey guys, this is Julianna Rankin, and this is Real Life, Real Music.
Real Life, Real Music Radio with your host, Kyle Hutton.
How y'all doing? Y'all feel good? You look good.
All right. How you doing, Julianna?
I'm great. How are you, Kyle Hutton?
I'm doing great. How was the short rib at
Oh,
Campfire?
it was so good.
I didn't know this. We used to order it. I'm gonna say this, and now the crew's gonna be mad at me. But crew, I discovered that they still have the steak frites. You just have to order it off the bar menu. So I've been
Secret
ordering
menu.
off the bar menu and getting the nice special little New York strip. So
Yeah.
Campfire's an amazing place, and I know you and I already talked about this. You cut your teeth writing songs here, and before we get too deep, I'm going to have you play one. But we both agreed there was never as nice a place to play as where we're getting to play
Never.
tonight.
I played a handful of just, bar gigs here and there when I first got started, but this is for sure the nicest.
No
For sure.
offense, John Whittington
Sorry.
or others, right? But bottom line is, it definitely wasn't the Stella Hotel,
It's
that's
not
for
the Stella
sure.
Hotel. This is actually the second gig I've played here. The other was for a sorority back in the conference room, but it was one of those where, you had to bring your own PA and nobody listened to a dang word you said, but
Well, we're here to listen to you tonight. So before I start taking you, all over the place asking you questions, would you just pick out a song that you want to kick us off with tonight?
I would love nothing more. First of all, thank you all for being here. Y'all all right if I play a brand new song? Yeah. Cool, all right, well, let's do it then. I've been writing a ton, and this one just feels kind of, I like to play songs exactly where I'm at when they feel right, and this just feels right. So this is called Somewhere to Go. Got a bag that's always packed and a cracked windshield dream. Got a Rand McNally map, and it's tearing at the seams. Got a picture of my mama and a fresh pack of nicotine. Got a bobblehead Jesus swaying to Silver Springs. Got somewhere to go, calling my name. Blame the rain been running in my veins. Somewhere to go, ain't sorry to say. No, this gypsy wasn't born to stay. I got places I wanna see, and I got room right next to me. Baby, hold on tight, this night train's ready to roll. I got somewhere to go. Got a tank of 87, it'll get us pretty far. So pick a nowhere town we can get out and dance underneath the stars. No, your daddy told you that a good girl waits at home. Oh, but if you keep me waiting, you'll be waiting all alone. Got somewhere to go, calling my name. Blame the rain been running in got somewhere to go, calling my name, playing the rhythm running in my veins. Somewhere to go, ain't sorry to say, no, this gypsy wasn't born to stay. I got places I wanna see, and I got room right next to me. Baby, hold on tight, this night train's ready to roll. Got somewhere to go, got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
All right, so let me. I'm going to backtrack just a little bit to the first time that I think you and I met, and it was in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and you were sitting in to do an interview with Eric Rains, who at the time was with Coke FM in Austin, and you got out a guitar and started to play, and I just went, who is that? who is that girl? And I got to listen to that interview, and then since then I've kind of got to watch you just doing what everybody does when they're trying to get a start in this business, and that is like showing up and like blocking out all the things in your head that tell you you're crazy for doing what you're doing. And just going for it. And we're going to fast forward to what that means for you now and what that's kind of revealed itself as in your career. But I want to tell you one of the earliest things that I was like fascinated with when I sat and watched you play for Eric Rains is here's this young lady that is writing material like not with other people, but just with her guitar at her house in her bedroom, just trying to get stuff out, like long before you knew where you were going to be able to play it, right? Yeah. And first thing I want to ask you is like, where did that come from? Where did you first think, I've got something to say, and I'm going to try to say it through this guitar?
Yeah, I mean, some of it probably came from half angst, half delusion a little bit, but I grew up in a family that music always surrounded our household, but it was never something that I really thought like I could do. You know, I've played sports, and you know, my parents are very hardworking people, and it was, you know, go to college, get a job, you know, make money, you know, work your tail off. But I never knew that was possible to do and also be creative. And it was something, you know, playing sports growing up, I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with this as well, is, you know, I feel like you're taught, like, don't show your feelings a lot. And so I grew up with that mentality a little bit. And then once I figured out, oh, it's okay to show your feelings a little bit, that's when things kind of started, the floodgates opened. And I realized I had all this emotion that I never knew how to get out other than, you know, hitting a softball or playing volleyball or basketball or running. And I realized I could pick up a guitar and just put it in a song. And I told you this earlier today, I grew up, I loved to write poems and short stories when I was a little kid, but I never knew exactly what that meant. And it was all in God's timing to tell me, oh, you can make songs out of this, and something that people can really relate to. And it's been such a gift for me, because I never thought this was possible. I mean, it's been crazy. It's been such a whirlwind of the last, 3-4 years since I've known you, but yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna like to give you guys an example. I want to bring up a song that you put on an EP that you put out a couple of years ago. Again, like anybody in here that has ever felt heartbreak, if sad songs resonate with you at all, then I want to invite you to listen to this one. You're going to miss me when I'm gone.
Yeah,
like tell us where that one came from, and then lay that one on us.
Yeah. So at the time when I wrote this song, I I wasn't even dating someone I shouldn't have been dating, because we weren't really dating. I think I had a crush on someone, and I was like, this guy doesn't even freaking like me, for sure. And so I was listening to a lot of, Laura McKenna, Charlie Robinson, just some of my favorite Bruce Robinson, and Robert O'Keefe, all my favorite songwriters, and just kind of saw how they got all that emotion out. And it was just, I had this thought when I was like, this guy would not, jump over a puddle for me, whatever. And it ended up being kind of my take on what I felt like divorce is like. I've never been married, not even close. But this is kind of what I felt like it was like. And it was also, I just feel like everyone's been through this feeling. And I played it for my mom, and she was like, she's been married to my father for over 35 years. Beautiful, wonderful, happy marriage. But she was like, every woman can relate to that song. And probably every man too at some point. And it's one of those songs I feel like it hits you in the soft spot somewhere. So this is called Miss Me When I'm Gone.
Washed all the dishes in the sink, sewed a few patches on your jeans, ironed all your shirts for the week so you didn't have to, swept all the floors and made our bed so you'd have a safe place to lay your head, put some dinner on the stove so when you got home you wouldn't know. I spent the whole damn day longing to hear what you'd never say, and I can't help but think. Sometimes I wonder if you even give a damn. If I cut my hair or lost some weight or gave you all I can. So just in case on the day I decide to leave, I'll take care of everything and be halfway out of town before the lights come on, just so you don't have to miss me when I'm gone. Left my ring and a letter by the bed, and I hope you believed every word I said, 'cause I meant it. I pray that your life is easy and you don't look in others' eyes and see me and wonder what we could have been. Sometimes I wonder if you even give a damn. If I cut my hair or lost some weight or gave you all I can. So just in case on the day I decide to leave, I'll take care of everything, be halfway out of town before the lights come on, just so you don't have to miss me when I'm gone. So don't worry about being alone. I left everything in its place at home, just so you don't have to miss me when I'm gone. Oh, and you won't even miss me when I'm gone.
Thank you.
That's great.
It's my divorce song.
Oh man, y'all are a great audience tonight. Like, I didn't hear nobody dropped a glass or anything during that song. It was so good. I feel like y'all deserve to be really loud for a minute, so let's do this.
let it
And
out.
I usually forget until the very end of the show, but let's go ahead and do our liner. I need a liner to kick off the radio show. So you're going to say, this is Julianna Rankin, and this is Real Life, Real Music. And then you guys are going to go absolutely nuts, okay? All right? For about 4 minutes, and then I'm going to cut. No, I'm just kidding. Till I go like this. I need you to be real loud. All right? You got it?
Yeah, got it.
All right.
Whenever? Okay. Hey guys, this is Julianna Rankin, and this is Real Life, Real Music.
Perfect.
I've gotten so used to doing those.
Right? Yeah, you get it down, right? Thanks for remembering your name and our name.
Right, I know.
That was great.
Trust me, I've had a hiccup or two.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah. Okay, so I want to stay. I want to stay on the EP of just you, like before. Like I'm gonna graduate to all the really cool stuff that's happening for her right now. Okay, in just a minute, but like there's all the foundational stuff that happens for you to even be in the ball game. You know what I mean? It's like an athlete that has like practiced really hard for years and years and years and years, and they finally get their break, right? Like, you know, you can argue what makes that happen. Is it luck? Is it God? Is it fate? Is it whatever, you know, the universe, like whatever you want to call it. But ultimately, there were 10,000 hours that were put in before that break happened. And when you were pounding out writing some of those first songs and learning, you know, the foundation of what you're doing now, like you're getting to write with some of the best songwriters in the business now. But you could write a solid gold country hook by yourself. And one of the songs that I feel like is evident of that is the way you spin the term company man in the song Company Man, right? Tell us about that one. And I mean, it's about you wanting a sugar daddy, I think.
Well,
it's basically kind of what the whole thing is.
Still, so if he's out there,
and there's no judgment. There's no judgment here tonight. In fact, there might be a sugar daddy in the audience.
Find me after. No, my father would be so excited.
Tell us about that one and play it.
So that one, you know, Miss Me When I'm Gone was the song that like got the ball rolling for me as a career to make this possible. But when I really wanted to put out music, the song that got the ball rolling to write for this EP was Company Man. And Company Man was one of the first songs I ever wrote, truthfully. I mean, all of those songs I consider the first songs I ever wrote because that's when I really started. Because I started writing around 2019, 2020 during COVID because that's all I had to do. But I love the story behind Company Man because it's hilarious, and I just love how it happened. But I was living in New Braunfels, and an old coworker of mine set me up with a guy, basically, who worked in the oil field. And he was a company man for, I think it was like Pioneer Natural or something. And plug. And so anyways, she was like, if you don't date this guy, I'm going to do it. And I was like, well, okay, fine. And so I started talking to the guy, and we got along great. And we had never met, and we had just been texting back and forth and talking, what do you do, you know? And he was like, I'm a company man. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, seems like there's a song in there somewhere. And he was like, well, maybe by the time I am home from my next 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off shift, maybe you'll have a song written about me already. And I was like, well, if you know any good songwriter, you know we'd love a challenge. And literally by the time he got home, I had this song written. And the first time we ever met, he brought his whole family to a show I was playing in New Braunfels or in Green at the Grove. And I played this song for him and his entire family.
So where is this dude now?
I think, yeah, he's still there.
He's in the oil field.
Yeah, he's still there. I think he moved back to, at that point he was back and forth from Midland, and then he moved to Dallas and got the corporate side of the job, hated it, and now I think he's back in Midland.
So he kept the job and you got the song.
He kept the job, I got the song.
All right.
Yeah. He still gets all the money though. But it's called Company Man.
Telephone, it's been a long, hard 2 weeks without
Yeah. That's a good one. That
Needless
is.
to say, he loved that song.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. And you're like, I was just kidding. Stop stalking me.
Yeah, leave me alone.
yeah. Leave me alone. Okay, so I want to fast forward. Still talking about you as a songwriter. We're going to get to some of the other important things that are going on right now. But just as a songwriter, I was kind of tongue in cheek. Talking about all the shows that I like to stream, and encouraging these folks to go watch our back catalog, right? Binge watch real life, real music episodes. So what was it like writing a song for Landman? Any Landman fans in the audience?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So
it's like the most popular show in the world right now.
Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? So to set that up, tell us number one, like about the song and how you came up with it, and then play it for us. We're going to talk about the label stuff in a little bit, but
totally.
Tell us about this song.
So I love the song so much. It is the day I wrote it. I knew I was going in writing specifically for the show, right? But I ended up texting Miranda Lambert afterwards, and that's the other cool part that we'll get to later. And I texted her. I was like, if this does not make it on the show, I'm putting this on the record because I love it so much. And obviously such a great feeling. But going back to writing the song for the show, so I had just recorded a duet with Ward Davis a little over a year ago, and then another duet with Rob Baird that we actually just put out. And they both had really great relationships with the music director for all of Taylor Sheridan's shows. Her name is Andrea Von Forrester. I call her Avon. And she heard my voice just kind of like domino effect, one after the other from things like this. And she asked who I was, and then reached out to the label and said, hey, send me some of her stuff. And they sent her some songs. And luckily she was like, hey, we want to put on a writing camp and we want her to be a part of it. And I was like, well, hell yeah, obviously. And so, that we went in with a bunch of other writers, and she gave us some key details of what was going to be going on in not only Landman, but then in some of the other spin-off shows as well, and gave us the freedom, and said, whatever feels right to you, go write for it. And we ended up writing 2 songs that day. She put me in a room with another writer from Texas named Garrett Bradford, and then a dear co-writer friend of mine, John Decius, who has been a part of some of Giant Lainey Wilson's successes. And he's, like I said, dear friend of mine, one of my favorite people to write with. And I knew I was going to be a part of this, and I was like, if I'm going to do this, I have to call John, because I know he's going to, know this like the back of his hand, and he just writes so well with me. And then Garrett was also going to be there, and the three of us, it was just like magic. And she gave us these, key points, and we wrote one song earlier in the day that we thought was going to be right for one of the spinoffs. And then she said, if you have time, and I had a show that night, and I almost missed my sound check, because I was like, I'm not missing the opportunity to potentially write for Landman. Yeah. And so we stayed and finished the demo on this song, and she kind of played us what was the idea behind the scene. And I looked at John and I was like, we have this, right? And he was like, yeah, bad habits, good horses. And so we just kind of looked at each other, and we were in sync, really, is really how it happened. And thank God Garrett was there too, because he's he's a rodeo guy, like through and through, and a phenomenal songwriter. Had also had a cut on the Yellowstone series as well, so he knew like how the songs get picked, and he had such great insight on what was, if this line was going to be too distracting, or what have you, because you really have to think about it from a very technical side, because as a songwriter we're so emotional, right? And that's how I write all my songs. But when you really have to kind of take yourself outside of the song, but also want it to be true to who you are, that's kind of hard. And it was definitely one of the more challenging things I've done, not being able to write from a totally emotional thing, which is also kind of freeing as well if you think about it. But yeah, it was awesome, and I would love to do it again. So y'all have me back for more songs on Landman.
And it's the current single.
It's my current single. Yes, it was. Yeah, the first single with the record label. It kind of got the ball rolling because I'd just kind of been sitting idle writing for what is hopefully to be my first record with the label, and yeah, they were like, well, we're gonna put it on the show. So the label's like, well, we're putting it out, so let's do it. And that all happened within like 3 weeks because we had a really, not a great quality demo, a decent quality, and we were like, we can't put this out if it's, gonna be up, for 14 million viewers, on the show. So I had to go in and recut. I got back from Paris with my mom for my 30th birthday. The day after I got back from Paris, all that jet lag, I went and recorded my vocal. And then the next week I did a photo shoot for it, and it was like, cool, now it's out. So it was crazy, but I love the song.
You want to play it for us?
I would love to. It's called Bad Habits and Good Horses.
My first love was a jet black Braun that he bought at the auction yard. My first time riding, yeah, he sent me flying through the sky. I'm still falling hard for the high of a wilder ride. Buzz off a cheap cigarette. They warned me, yeah, they tried, but I ain't a quit nothing yet. Bad habits, good horses, the toughest kind of break. Always fight with the voices and the choices I shouldn't make. I love 'em and I hate 'em. Hell, I try to tame 'em, but I keep on getting carried away. Bad habits, good horses, 'cause they're hell on a heart to break. My first kiss came from a cool hand Luke at a rodeo in Santa Fe. I like the way it hurt when his tires on the dirt, and knowing he was never, ever gonna stay. Bad habits, good horses, the toughest kind of break. Always fight with the voices and the choices I shouldn't make. I love 'em and I hate 'em. Hell, I try to tame 'em, but I keep on getting carried away. Bad habits, good horses, 'cause they're hell on a heart to break. High of a wilder ride, buzz off a cheap cigarette. They warned me, yeah, they tried, but I ain't a quit nothing yet. Bad habits, good horses, the toughest kind of break. Always fight with the voices and the choices I shouldn't make. I love 'em and I hate 'em. Hell, I try to tame 'em, but I keep on getting carried away. Bad habits, good horses, yeah, they're hell on a heart, yeah, they're hell on a heart to break. Hell on a heart to break.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Out everywhere.
Are y'all having a good time tonight so far? Everybody good out there? Okay.
Y'all are a great listening audience. This is amazing.
Isn't it fun?
I was telling you earlier, there, every now and then you do a real soul-crushing gig. This is not that.
Thank you guys very much. Soul crushing would be if there was a TV behind us with the Super Bowl on, And we thought y'all were cheering for us.
If I had a dime for every time that happened,
Wow,
I'd have
right?
more than that than royalties.
Okay, so let's I want to let me paint a picture here, because like what's happened for you, and the cool thing is, right? Like those of us that kind of get to walk this journey together. I'll tell you, somebody was saying today, oh, we're going to go see, no, it was last night around my back porch. They were like, we're going to go see so-and-so open for Randy Rogers. Mm-hmm. And it was a big name from the 90s, okay? And it's like, it's evidence of be nice on your way up.
Yeah.
Because you're going to see him on your way back down. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we get to walk our journeys with people and kind of watch the trajectory of their careers is it's just really cool. And I literally, I'm going to say this in front of you, and I'm going to say this in front of these people, that unless just and here's the truth of the matter: there's only 365 days in the year. Okay. So the likelihood that Julianna, even if she wanted to say yes to come do this show again, after this year, is probably not going to happen. I'm just telling you that.
Like to God's ears.
Well, I've been around this business long enough and kind of watch what happens, and so like there's not that many times that the cliche "I got to see them win" is true, but might be tonight, okay? Like in my humble 35-year music business experience, okay? So I'm not that humble. But so here's the thing. Here's what sometimes happens, and I can't explain it because there are a lot of people that if there was any justice in the world, they would sell 80 million records. So you can't explain it. It's like lightning in a bottle. You can't really predict what's going to happen or who it's going to happen for. But to just bring you guys up to speed, what has happened is through a series of events, you guys can hear just from the raw presentation of the guitar vocal, you hear what's going on there. It's a beautiful velvety voice and, great songs, and great presentation, came to the ears and the brain and the heart of Miranda Lambert, who has now taken Julianna under her wing, along with John Randall, one of the guys that came and did our show before, that's one of the most amazing producers and songwriters. And Julianna recently was the first female act signed to the label formed by Miranda Lambert and John Randall, Big Loud Texas. So you're Fighting Texas Aggie class of 2018, Big Loud recording artist, Miss Julianna Rankin. Yeah. So that's a big deal. And, I'm going to kind of leave it there. I'm not going to, I'm going to leave it right there because I think the cool thing is for us that are sitting here in this room with you right now is I feel like it's a really special moment in your career. It's like the calm before the storm. You're already getting to feel it a little bit. You're traveling a lot. You're going to be gone the next couple of months on the road with different acts. Still paying your dues, still earning your stripes, all the while getting to work with some of the best people in the business that could change your life. Yeah. Tell us what that feels like.
I tell you, if you had told me last year that any of this was going to happen, I would have called you way worse than crazy. But I was telling Kyle earlier today, it's one of those things, this is the only thing I've ever known that I knew how to do even before I knew how to do it. And I've always been, called by, God and the universe, whatever, that this is what I was supposed to do. I listened to this another podcast called Smart List, and I was listening to the the Leanne Morgan episode, and I'm such a fan of hers because her trajectory in life with her career, she started as a comedian when she was 32, and I just turned 30. And so it kind of gives me hope for, maybe this is where I start. Maybe this is why God had wanted me to start so late. Nobody ever knows what the answer to that is. But even before I knew I could sing, before I knew how to play guitar, before that was even a thought in my mind, I've always known that I was called to, some kind of stage. And I wasn't sure exactly why. But I would have these little daydreams and fantasies about singing on stage. And I was like, well, I guess that's what it is. And then, why didn't I think about to start singing until I did? Until I was, singing at the Tap right down the road. And on karaoke night. And it's just been crazy. And the fact that Miranda and John Randall both have been two of my biggest heroes from performance, guitar playing, songwriting, and just as human beings. I've been such big fans of theirs my entire life. So the fact that they liked even, a fraction of anything I had to say is the biggest compliment ever. So I'm just blessed that they've taken an interest and opened their wings to me to make this music. It's every artist's dream, truly. Yeah.
Well, if pick a song that you won't get in trouble from management for playing.
Okay.
That you think in your heart of hearts is going to make this next record that you're going to put out. Your first record with Big Loud Texas.
Okay.
Play us a song that you want us to hear just simply because of how it makes you feel when you play it.
All right. Oh, man. We could go sad or we could go Texas. Oh, all right.
Well, we'll just go both.
I know. Let's go Texas then. I wrote this song with... This was, so basically, this summer, I signed the record deal officially in June. They offered it to me, and the whole, contract process takes a long time. Attorneys, yada, yada. But they gave me the entire summer. They're like, you're writing great songs right now. Don't stop. We're not going to be recording a record right now. Just keep doing what you're doing. Go knock your socks off, whatever. And I did that. I just, maxed out my Southwest credit card and kept going to Nashville every month for about a week. And I was riding with a couple guys, one of which I knew was from Marshall, Texas, Mr. Jeff Hyde, and another guy named Dan Isbell. And I've been such big fans of both of their writing for many years. And I was in Austin, Texas. So I normally, my whole thing when I play in Austin is I play at the Saxon Pub. When Walt Wilkins isn't playing on Wednesdays, I will usually take over that spot. If he's not there, that's the spot I take. And so I'll do that, and then I'll go over to this other bar called the White Horse. And it's one of my favorite places to go dance and just hang out and cut a rug, whatever. And I was there with a bunch of girlfriends one night after a show, and we were just like, a bunch of single girls, flirting with all the boys. And we were like, ooh, that guy at the end of the bar is real cute. And all my friends were like, go talk to him. And I was like, no, I'm in Austin. Who even knows if he's from here? And so, which is fine, whatever. And so they're like, well, just go talk to him and see what happens. And I just was amping myself up to go say something, and I just thought to myself, God, I hope he's from Texas. And because you never know. And I wanted to have something in common with him. And his name was Travis, and he was from San Diego. Also fun.
Right.
But
That's what happens in Austin.
Right, that's what happens in Austin. And so anyways, I thought to myself, I wrote down on my phone, before I go talk to this guy, I'm going to write down, I hope he's from Texas. And took it into my write the following week with Dan and Jeff. And Dan is not from Texas. I'm pretty sure he's from Georgia, if I'm getting that right. But Jeff is from Texas, so I knew he'd get it. And so anyways, we wrote this song called I Hope He's From Texas. And this was one of the ones that Miranda and John loved from that summer writing session. So here you go.
He was quick with a drink, little slow with his draw when he's talking. Odessa, I'm guessing, from the shape of his Stetson, he ain't Austin. Saying all the right things, wanting me with his eyes. Lord, I might be wrong, but he's showing all the signs. So I hope he's from Texas, wild and reckless, free as the frill running through the rolling hills. Strong as Black Label, cards on the table, means what he says and says what he feels. And I hope El Paso's as far as his west is. God, I hope he's from Texas. There was a boy from Tennessee, he was the right one for me until he wasn't. Had an Oklahoma flame that burned out, now I can't think of Tulsa. He could be from anywhere, and maybe I shouldn't care, but I hope he's from Texas, wild and reckless, free as the frill running through the rolling hills. Strong as Black Label, cards on the table, means what he says and says what he feels. And I hope his heart is true as the cross on his necklace. God, I hope he's from Texas. Ooh. I hope he's from Texas, wild and reckless, free as a frill running through the rolling hills. Strong as Black Label, his heart's on the table, means what he says and says what he feels. And I hope El Paso's as far as his west is. God, I hope he's from Texas. I hope he's from Texas. Thank you. My favorite line of that song is, I hope El Paso's as far as his west is.
That's great. That is great. Okay. Do y'all hear what I'm talking about? Do y'all hear what I'm talking about? Holy. The second annual Bryan, Texas Songwriters Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Repeat
We're
offender.
working on the dates. You'd be amazed at how hard it is to get a weekend in this town, Mr. Mayor. What the hell, dude? Look. It's hard to get a weekend and hard to turn around on Highway 6. Huh?
Oh, put that in a song.
Oh, man. Okay. Like, you know, like I've had the feeling that I'm having right now before, and it was the second to last time that we had Cody Johnson on the show, and like, you know, sometimes things just they just change like that. You know what I mean? In this business, it's very interesting. And I just think, you know, like, not that your success as a songwriter hangs on whether that's your next step or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it sure seems like it's all lining up, starting with songs like the one you just sang. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's a great song.
Thank you.
That's a great song. You deliver it well. And as I was sitting up here, and you know, I can close my eyes and think I'm listening to it on the CMAs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a great song. It just is. So, man, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, let's go back. I want to go back and let's revisit. I want to revisit another song or two off of the EP that you put out. But I want to ask first, like, where you talk about from a very early age knowing, kind of this inner knowing, right? And I think, you can get real, out there and describe it in New Age terms, or you can call it the Holy Spirit, or you can call it whatever, you want to call it. But I think ultimately you had an inner knowing that was different than your conscious brain that said, this is what I'm put here for. Do you remember kind of when that showed up, or when did you hear yourself and go, this might actually be a possibility?
I feel like, honestly, I did a talent show when I was in elementary school, and I just turned 30, and so when I was a kid, Hannah Montana was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I remember singing on this talent show. I'm pretty sure there was a song off Hannah Montana called "If We Were a Movie," and I'm pretty sure that's what I sang.
Okay.
And I think just it didn't like totally click with me at that point, but I remember like I would take my little Walkman with my CD and go down to the tank and listen to Jesus Take the Wheel, and like listen to Brett James songs and John Randall songs and just sing to myself. And I just knew I loved it, but it was like singing, it's almost like God was like, she's not ready for this to click yet, but she's going to be ready one day. And I'm just going to instill this in her now, because she's going to look back and realize that's why I loved to sing these songs so much. Because when it clicked and someone told me, hey, why don't you sing? And I'm like, well, hell, I don't know. Why don't I? I think it's, little moments like that God just kind of shows up, and just, you don't know why he's there. You maybe not even realize he's there. But for me, it seems like that's how it happened. And, little moments like putting me in that talent show to sing an awful Hannah Montana song, only for it to show up like, oh, that's why I would picture myself singing a Beyonce song, when I was driving down to the ranch with my parents.
Well, can you play that Hannah Montana song for us?
Lord, if I could, I still wouldn't.
You don't have to do that. How about Devil Had Blue Eyes?
Oh yeah, I feel like I remember that.
Yeah, tell us about that one and play us that one.
So,
I thought you were about to break into Hannah Montana. That would have been like epic real life, real music right there.
Gosh, the single ladies. Boy, wouldn't that be something?
I think you could probably do that justice. Something's telling me. Yeah.
Did it at many a wedding, I may not remember it, but
that can be arranged.
Okay, so Devil Has Blue Eyes. Yeah. When I tell you, okay, this is kind of a lie, but not really. I wrote a couple other songs like before this, like maybe one or two. But when I talk about the first song I wrote that got me to do anything, this is that song. Because a gentleman by the name of Anthony Lucia, who is now the NFR announcer, he just is now the big, announcer guy at the NFR, whatever. I don't know much about rodeo. But so anyways, he was doing a TV show during the NFR during COVID when it was in Fort Worth at Stockyards. And he reached out to me and said, hey, I heard you singing a version of the, Bandy Heathen's version of the Levon Helm song, Hurricane. Saw it on your Instagram. And basically this was a contest. Sorry, I'm kind of blowing his cover, but he was like, will you come be on the show for that? Because like we just have to have it. Like we would love to have you on the show. And I was like, yeah, heck yeah. And I was like, well, does it have to be, because it was TV, I was like, does it have to be original songs? Because I wasn't writing really much of anything at that point. And he was, it can be original, it can be covers. And I was like, well, I'm not going to go on TV and sing somebody else's song. And so I had like over a month to prepare for this. And my old professors at Texas A&M can vouch for me when they say I'm a procrastinator. And so anyways, which is why I didn't graduate with all A's. Don't tell my mother. But so anyways, I had plenty of time to prepare for this, and I just couldn't think of anything and didn't didn't do it and was nervous. And like 3 days before the show in Fort Worth, and we talked about this, when you write a new song, like it's hard to learn sometimes.
Yeah.
And I wrote this song 3 days before the show and played it on the show in Fort Worth on that stage, and with all these people watching too on the Cowboy Channel, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I remember this. I haven't played this in a while, but this is called Devil Has Blue Eyes. It up, I'm just gonna play the chorus over and over and over. There was a girl in Upshur County. She fell in love with a traveling man. You know he come from the wrong side of the tracks, but she liked holding his hand. See, there he goes. Dang it. The kind of man Mama told me not to chase. Southern souls will lead you far from grace. Good book says don't believe his lies. Oh, but nobody told me the devil had blue eyes. I love you, but I don't even think I remember it. It's been like over a year since I played that.
Hannah Montana it is.
Hannah Montana! There we go. You get the best of both worlds.
Okay, then you have to give us a verse and a chorus of Hurricane.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh man, hold on. Hold on. You know what the first verse is?
What's the first line, Sean? First line of Hurricane. Say it loud.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
30 miles on the Gulf Stream, I hear the south wind moan. Bridges are getting lower, the shrimp boats are coming home. The old man down in the corner, he says, don't you listen to that boy. The water be down by the morning, he'll be back to Illinois. I was born in the rain on the Poncha train underneath the Louisiana moon. Don't mind the strain of a hurricane that come around every June. The high black water, the devil's daughter. She's hard, she's cold, and she's mean. Nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah.
That evens it out.
2 half songs make a whole song, right?
I really, no one tells you, like, when you have to remember the lyrics to all of your songs, Mm-hmm. Especially the ones that you think sometimes will come back to haunt you.
All right, so let's do something fun.
Okay.
You're gonna learn 2 lines to one of my songs,
Deal.
and sing background on it. All right.
Deal.
All right, because I want to hear you. Like, I want to be able to say to my 2 daughters, I sang with her, because it'll give me some street cred. All right, so where's my capo?
Need one?
There it is. Nope, not there. Okay, so this is a song that it's called Shakespeare is the name of the song. So your line is you'll just say Shakespeare around here,
Okay.
and then baby Don't You Think Maybe.
Okay, easy.
Those are your
Around
two
here,
lines.
maybe, maybe.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay. Last night was Oscar worthy. I acted like you didn't hurt me, but you brought the house down early with your parting shot. And we're both just playing parts now. There's nothing from the heart now. And after the curtain comes down, the drama never stops. It's just Shakespeare around here. Everything's tragedy. Do you think it has to be? I don't think so, baby. Don't you think maybe for a change of scenery we could try reality? This show is overrated. It's way too complicated, and no matter how we play it, it all ends wrong. It's just the same old story, crash and burn in a blaze of glory. How long will it take before we change our song? It's just Shakespeare around here. Everything's tragedy. Do you think it has to be? I don't think so, baby. Don't you think maybe for a change of scenery we could try reality? Yeah. It's just Shakespeare around here. Everything's tragedy. Do you think it has to be? I don't think so, baby. Don't you think maybe for a change of scenery we could try reality? Yeah. Everything's tragedy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You nailed it.
Oh. Shakespeare around here. That's about my house at dinner time with kids running around acting like they're starving. It's just life. Are y'all having a good time tonight? Is everybody still good in here? Okay. So let me ask you this. What are you looking forward to the most in the next 2 or 3 months? Like, what's coming up that's got you like the most excited about everything that's happening for you right now?
Honestly, just the kind of a culmination of it all. I mean, all I've ever wanted to do was play on the road and put out music and just do the dang thing. And over the next 3 months, that's exactly what I'll be doing. On Thursday, I leave to go out for a month with Paul Cawthon, and then come home, and then I'm out with Jake Worthington for 2 months, who's also on Big Loud Texas with me, so that'll be fun. And then kind of the plan is we're going to be putting some music out. I've got another song that'll be coming out next month. I wish I could play it for you, but it'll be out. if you're going to be
Come on,
there's
you can
another
play it.
festival happening here. Oh, I would. It's so not an acoustic song. It has like callbacks.
I don't want
in it.
John Randall and Miranda Lambert calling
Calling
me.
you
like,
up.
Pissed. Yeah.
But yeah, lots of new music to be coming out, and being on the road, doing what I've always been meant to do. Hopefully making new fans. I guess that's always the goal. But yeah, just diving headfirst into the whole world of all this, because it's always been that thing that's like, I'm doing it, but it's like there's always that one piece missing. It's like, oh well, if I was doing this, then I'd really be doing it, and now I'm really doing it. And so it's nice to be headfirst in the pool. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you. Let me ask you about a song. I'm a huge Wade Bowen fan. Okay, Wade is just one of the coolest dudes, and he's so nice to everybody, and he's a great songwriter, and just been so committed to the craft. And one of my favorite songs that he ever wrote was called Trouble, right?
Yeah.
And then you kind of wrote the sequel to that song.
did.
Do you know that? Can you play that one?
I might.
Okay, tell us about it. Tell
Okay.
us about it, and then take a stab at
Okay, I'll take a stab at it.
it. Any Wade Bowen fans in the audience? Yeah.
Boo. The worst. No. No, Wade is such a dear friend of mine. Yeah, so that is truth. That's my favorite song of his ever.
Okay.
And we were in Steamboat. What was the year I met you in Steamboat? Yeah, that same year. We were just in our room at the Grand, and a girlfriend of mine, she's like the queen of the playlist, has everyone's pregame playlist ready to go. And we were about to go down and watch Wade play, and she had this playlist going, and Trouble came on, and she was like, I've always wished there was a female version of songs. Which is like, stuff like that can be kind of iffy, because it's like, does anybody ever want to hear like the male or female version of the song they wrote? Like, kind of not ripping it off, but it's just kind of ballsy a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those things that either is like
can go so wrong.
like it's just awesome, or just like really sucks.
Yeah, it can be so bad or great.
Yeah.
And luckily, so I'll tell you exactly how it happened. Is I was like, ooh, that's such a great idea. I've been looking for reasons to write more songs, and that was one of them. And it's a great exercise, truthfully. Yeah. And so I got home. I landed in San Antonio at like probably 10 o'clock that night, and I got home and sat in my bed, and I stayed up till 4 a.m. and wrote that song. And then saw him at Mile Zero Fest like 10 days later, and we were backstage, and he was like, how was your Steamboat? Did you have fun? And I was like, yeah. Had one too many White Claws, and was like, guess what I did? I wrote this song. And woke up the next day, and I was like, I cannot believe I told Wade that, and was mortified. And I was like, well, surely he'll forget it, right? Like he's not gonna remember that. And so like 2 or 3 weeks later, I get a random text message from Wade Bowen, and he was like, hey, will you send me that song? And I was like, oh no. Yeah, let's see if I remember that. I haven't played this in a long time either. I'm Trouble.
I walked in the room without a clue what I thought I found. Surprised to see his eyes already looking into mine. We met on the floor, and the spark burst into a ball of flames. So I reached for the cross on his right hand when he asked me for my name. He said, I'm trouble. I'm the road you shouldn't take. I'll lead you through the dust and the rubble of a heart I was born to break. When those red and blue lights shine out, run just like you should, 'cause I'm trouble. Honey, I'm no good. The night came to an end, and we were 'cause I'm trouble. I'm the road you shouldn't take. I'll leave you in the dust and the rubble, 'neath the heart I was born to break. When those red and blue lights shine, I hope you run just like you should, 'cause I'm trouble.
Impressed that I remembered that.
Yeah. Like riding a bike. Have y'all had a good time tonight? I want to say thank you one more time. One of my very favorite people, because I know he always comes through for me, for our foundation, for some of the bands we manage, Mr. Andy O'Bannon with CC Creations. Sorry to single you out, but thank you for everything you do. You help us make money and keep going down the road, and man, it's so cool to have one of the nation's leading companies providing apparel to not only musicians but sports teams and pretty much anywhere and everything that you could need merchandise for. CC Creations is taking care of that right here out of Bryan, Texas, and that's just kind of an amazing deal to have them right here locally. So CC Creations, my friends, Destination Bryan, City of Bryan, Lake Walk, the Stella Hotel, thank you all for making this possible tonight. Let's give them a big round of applause. Okay, now you can probably look there in your seats. I don't have one up here, but we've got some amazing shows coming up. Our March show is none other than, well, she's one of my favorite female singer-songwriters of all time. Miss Susan Gibson is going to be here with us in March. In April, man, one of the guys that was just, I would call him, one of my heroes, and now I get to call him a friend. Mr. Leroy Parnell is going to be here to hang out with us. And we've just got some great shows coming up the rest of this year. So make sure that if you're sitting in somebody's seat that invited you, then be nice to them, because it's sold out and you can't come back unless they give you their ticket. And then if you do have tickets, make sure you mark those on your calendar to come hang out with us. Max Stalling, another Aggie grad, is going to be with us in I think April. Is that right? April, May?
Yeah, Max and my dad went to high school together.
Yeah. Oh, really? Very cool. Yeah. Very cool. That makes me feel very old. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. We got more acts. Oh, do y'all want to be the first to hear this? Spencer Clements is going to be very excited. So when is Max? In May? June. In June, right here with me is going to be a band called Beat Boot Revival. And if you saw them at the Big Barn Dance, you know who I'm talking about. They are unreal. Beat Boot Revival. So we got a lot of great shows coming up. So thank you for being here and for supporting this and for all our sponsors. Okay, you have the almost impossible task of picking a couple more songs. We're going to play 2 more songs. So choose wisely.
Okay.
What do you want to play for us?
Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm going to play y'all one. Oh, this is so hard. Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Okay. I'm going to do one Yeah, I'm gonna do one called Happy Anniversary, if that's all right. I wrote this about a guy I was dating a few years ago. It moved on with somebody else, and I was scrolling on Instagram one day and opened up my phone and doom scrolling, as the kids say, and I looked at the date, and it was March 27th, and I saw his 1 year happy anniversary, 1 year to me and my new girl. And I just realized this is totally going to be on the radio, and they'll hear this. Oh, well, whatever. I love you guys. They're about to get married. Anyways, and so this is so awkward. And so anyways.
Taylor Swift made a career out of this.
Right, it's all right. You know, happy wedding present. Ooh, awkward. His mom lives in Austin, too. Whatever. Anyways, story goes on. I looked at the timestamp, and I was like, I don't think we had broken up at that point. So anyways, this song just kind of poured out of me within I think I wrote this song in 45 minutes. I'm not even joking. And this song is 3 years old now. It feels like I wrote it yesterday. It's one of those. But this was the one I was cutting the vocal on it, and up in Nashville with Miranda and my vocal producer Shawnee Gandhi, and I did one take of it, and I was waiting for their feedback. And I told you this earlier. I opened the door and I was like, "Hello, did anybody hear me sing that? Was that okay?" And I looked out, and Miranda and Shawnee both just had all their makeup was ruined from tears, and I was like, "Yes, heck yeah, I made someone cry today."
So this one goes out to you, dude.
Yeah. Awkward. Anyways, God love you. Godspeed. What the funny thing is I was playing at Saxon one night, and I accidentally changed the lyric in the last chorus to "the girl that drops you to one knee." And I didn't do it on purpose. It just came out of me. I had no idea. And then my friend Rachel was like, "Did you know you changed the lyric? I love the change." And I was like, "I didn't change the lyric." She was like, "Yeah, you did." Anyways, well, I manifested it because just a few months ago he proposed. So, yeah.
There you go.
So,
could you write a song about me winning the lottery?
Totally,
Like that.
I'll add that to the list. But this is called a Happy Anniversary.
Funny how a year goes by so fast. One look at her and you never looked back. You left me standing there to fall through the cracks. But I can't blame you for that. So I just called to wish you well. 'Cause I bet she's the kind of heaven brought you through hell. And all this time to watch you love her like you never loved me. Yeah, anyway, happy anniversary. Got another call from your mama today. I let it ring 'cause I can't seem to find the words to say. I bet she's calling 'cause I'm in every prayer she prays. But I'll leave it up to you to tell her I'm okay. So I just called to wish you well. 'Cause I bet she's the kind of heaven that brought you through hell. And all this time to watch you love her like you never loved me. Yeah, anyway, happy anniversary. Guess you found the life you were looking for, but never saw with me. somebody gets that man you promised you would be. So I just called to wish you well. I can see that you're in heaven. Yeah, it ain't hard to tell. And all this time to watch you love the girl that brought you to one knee. So Godspeed and happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Wow.
Thank you.
That one hurts. Have y'all had a good time tonight? Thank you for being such an amazing audience. So quiet, so nice, so gentle. Man, you know, like, this is kind of funny. I'm going to say this in case you ever make her watch it. But this, you know, the last time I saw Miranda Lambert was this would have been like right before she went on Nashville Star. Like, I haven't seen Miranda in forever.
Yeah.
And me and her dad, and we were sitting outside the Firehouse Saloon in Houston, Texas. And we were getting a tutorial on beer butt chicken, how to make beer butt chicken on a smoker. And before we went in and went on, it was some kind of benefit that we were playing at the Firehouse Saloon. But the magnitude of like a moment with somebody like Miranda Lambert at that time of her career is kind of the moment I feel like we're having with Julianna tonight. I mean, you know, like it is what it is right now. I mean, she's here. She doesn't have an entourage around her. She's like hanging out and having a good time and eating dinner with us. And at some point, things get so busy and things get so fast paced, but that the people that we were able to be a part of their career at a certain time, their life is just not as accessible as it used to be. So I hope all of you, anybody that feels led, will come up and shake her hand and say hello and what you think about her music and give her some encouragement. Because, man, what you've shared with us here tonight and what you're going to share with us when your first debut record, major label record, comes out through Big Loud, Texas, I know is going to be an important part of your chapter of your career. So thank you for being here with us tonight and hanging out with us. Yeah.
Thank y'all so much. I'm so grateful, and this is the reason I went to Texas A&M was, you know, this whole Aggie network, and you guys are so supportive of everyone that comes out of this school, and, you know, we're all friends, even if I don't know you. So I'm very grateful and blessed to be a part of this. So thank you.
Well, you have to close us out with one tonight.
All right. Well, I mean, we talked about Miranda and John. What if I play one that I don't know if it's going to make the record, but I wrote it with Miranda and John.
Yeah, play it.
And it's hilarious. And I'd love to end it on a funny note. We talked about faith a lot tonight, and I'm a Jesus-loving Christian woman. And let me hear it, yeah.
Amen.
And while I
These
do
are all
not-
back row Baptists in
Yeah,
here
back row
tonight. Yeah.
Well, perfect. You'll love this. And so, while I do not believe that God has favorites, for the purpose of this song, he does. And it's me.
Fair enough.
And I wrote this. I came in just madder than a hornet in a Coke can one day. The day I was riding with John and Miranda in Austin. And, you know, we got through the process of the conversation that leads up to the song. And I ended up saying, we were talking about someone, I said, well, God has favorites, and he just happens to be one. And Miranda looked at me, and she was like, there's our song. And so, yeah, I'm just going to play it. I'm going to shut up and play it. This is called God Has Favorites. Thank y'all again.
Used to love all the songs I'd sing around guess you didn't know. God has favorites and I just happen to be one. I'm a honky-tonk angel and it ain't every day that you see one. Don't need a lucky star or a rabbit's foot, honey, I was just born with a three-chord hook. So here's to you and the high horse you rode in on. 'Cause honey, God has favorites and I just happen to be one. I guess that 20 I loaned you didn't even make a dent in your Lone Star habit and your nicotine cowboy bit. 'Cause now I'm singing on stages you've never seen. I hope the view's real nice from cheap seats. You can't even see me. 'Cause God has favorites and I just happen to be one. I'm a honky-tonk angel and it ain't every day that you see one. Don't need a lucky star or a rabbit's foot, honey, I was just born with a three-chord hook. So here's to you and the high horse you rode in on. Honey, God has favorites and I just happen to be one. Oh! So while you're spinning your wheels and looking for luck, I'll raise a toast in my Dixie cup to me, you and the high horse you rode in on. 'Cause honey, God has favorites and I just happen to be one. Yeah, honey, God has favorites and I sure happy to be one. Thank you, Kyle Hutton.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Julianna Rankin.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all so much for being here tonight. Be sure to pick up your upcoming events card in front of you. Come out and join us again, and y'all be safe going home. We'll see you next time.